Hey there. Welcome to the Pine Island Experience podcast. I'm Joanna Anderson with my husband, Trygve. Each of our episodes will be conversations with fellow Pine Islanders.
The goal of our podcast is to share with you our experiences, what we have found to be fun, and what makes the Pine Island experience so unique.
Yeah, we have a financial assistance program called Stand in the Gap that we help Islanders out. It's specifically for Islanders. Last year, we helped a bunch of people. We gave out about $6,500. Well, this year already, just for till June, we've given out $10,100. So we know the need has doubled, even tripled. And so we're seeing that as well. That's available too. They can just come to me, Pastor Michelle, and whatever they need, and we can go from there.
And in the same breath, we're able to do that because people come. We are lower in prices. We have good stuff. And if it wasn't for the people coming into the thrift store, coming to church, we wouldn't be able to do that for the community.
You heard Pastor Michelle Browne of the Pine Island Community Church, lovingly called PICC, and Jennifer Jennings, the manager of the PICC Thrift Store, discussing the financial assistance program. You will hear how much the Pine Island community means to Pastor Michelle and Jen and how they cherish supporting the church, the thrift store, the food pantry, and the many services PICC offers the community. And now, here are Pastor Michelle and Jen. Well, welcome. We are so excited you're both here. We have Pastor Michelle Browne from the Pine Island Community Church and Jen Jennings. You manage the thrift mall.
I do.
Correct? Yes, that's a big responsibility. So we're so happy you're here. Thank you for joining the podcast.
Well, thank you for having us. We're excited to be here.
Good.
Yeah.
That'll be fun then.
Yes, yeah.
So we always start in the beginning about your backgrounds and where you're from, what you've done, whatever you want to share. So it's up to you. And then how you found Pine Island. And I know, Michelle, you said you were going to start, right?
Well, I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania and went to school in upstate New York for my bachelor's degree, and then moved out to California for ministry. Was out there in Southern California for 15 years doing ministry out there, got my master's degree out there, and then moved back and actually moved to Pine Island 8 days before Hurricane Ian.
Oh, wow.
Good timing.
So, right, yes. It's been wonderful. I've literally fallen in love with the island and the people. Just love, again, like what PICC stands for and all of that. So enjoying every minute of it. Board of directors gave me a letter and that said that, I was the new pastor of Pine Island Community Church. And she's like, just file this away. You'll never need it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just so I could get on the island to help serve or do whatever was needed. So, and I needed it 8 days later. So it came in handy.
You sure did. All right, next victim. Jen, you're up. Tell us about yours. No, tell us
Actually,
about
a majority, I'm from Red Hook, New York.
Oh, both two New Yorkers. Really?
Yeah,
You
I'm
spent
from
time
Red
there.
I did. Yeah, I went to school in upstate New York.
A majority of my time I spent up in upstate New York at my parents' place. We had a farm. So I was raised as a little farm girl. Had the pigs, had the chickens, had all that. Graduated high school, and to be honest, right after high school, I got married. I married a military man on nuclear submarines. So I had the opportunity at a young age to travel, do things, but in the same breath, we also raised a family. So we had 3 children, unfortunately a divorce. But I got the land on Pine Island. So I said, ta-da, and I came down here and, to be honest, again, remarried, and right here on this island, we raised our 3 children. And I have worked for many places here. I used to work for the galleries in Matlacha, Leoma Lovegrove, Wild Child. I ran the Randall Research Center. I really poured myself into this community because I really loved it when we moved here in 91. I just poured myself in. And before I took this job on, I ran the Chamber of Commerce, Pine Island Chamber of Commerce.
Wow, what a background.
Yeah. So, yeah, I love this community. But I've landed here. It's where I want to end here. This is an absolutely fabulous community. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it so much. Would never want to go, never want to. But it's great because, I still have some of the kids on the island. Some of my grandkids are still here on the island. And it's just a great old family. The whole community is a family. It's wonderful to be here.
You won the property. Do you remember how you found the property to even be able to win it?
Well, I've been coming down here since I was little. My grandparents had a place.
Okay, grandparents.
So, yeah, the grandparents from New York. Everybody from New York wanted to come to Florida in the wintertime.
Of course.
So we came on down. So they had a place like in Lake Okeechobee, one in Sanibel, Matlacha at the time. So I got the area and the rest of that. And this is where I wanted to be even when I was younger. I didn't like snow.
The people are so lovely.
They are. Yeah.
We're so close to them, especially after before Ian, but after Ian, we're all closer than we were. All our neighbors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really saw people come together and help each other out and feed each other and everyone.
It was so impressive.
Together. Yeah.
You came at the right time. You really did.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we talk about the community church first?
Sure.
What you offer, you offer so many things. And, I've seen like the Tuesday and Wednesday posts and, about what's being offered. And then I see all these support groups. And there's so many. I did a lot of them. The chair yoga sounds like fun. That's on Mondays, right?
Yeah,
On the
Heidi
worship
does that.
center.
Yep,
Yeah.
she lives in Matlacha and runs a hair salon, and she's just phenomenal. Yeah, really cares about people and does that for us on Mondays.
And Tuesday's the men's group on Tuesday mornings. Is that new?
It's a brand new group. Yep, just for guys that want to come out and do projects and kind of bond and get to know each other. And it's been growing every week.
I was going to say, did it start
exciting.
with just a few men and then, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like really taking off. So we're excited about that. They are, yeah. And then there's also a men's retreat in November where they'll actually go away up to Nokomis. There's a great little resort area called a beach retreat. And they just go up there and just kind of hang out for a couple of days and just do some fishing and just sharing life. So it's good.
And I know Wednesdays are a big day, especially over in the thrift mall and the food pantry and the hugs.
Yeah. Actually, that was one thing. I remember hearing someone say on the island that they were hungry. They didn't know where to go. And my heart broke because I was like, we partner with the Pine Island Food Bank. They're open Mondays and Thursdays. So we are open Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, perfect.
Where you can come and get free food. We're so thankful to Harry Chapin and Publix and really help us support our food pantry. And when I first came, we had about, they said 10 to 15 people a day. And now we're up to probably 40 to 50 a day that are just in need. And so that's really grown. And then our Hugs program is kind of affiliated with that, where people can come in and get a hot meal as well and just kind of get to know each other. And I think that's been like one of the greatest things. It's not just, they're getting food, but they're meeting people in their community. They're like building friendships and meeting new people. And that's been like wonderful to see as well.
I love it how you say it's open until the crock pots are empty.
That's right.
That's very clever. And everybody likes soup.
And I have to admit, the food is phenomenal. Like the ladies that cook it, they call themselves the Marthas. And like I said, the food is absolutely delicious.
And then it's all at 5320 Doug Taylor Circle, right?
Doug Taylor Circle,
Yeah.
Yep.
You just have the huge area there.
Huge warehouse, Yep. On one end is the food pantry and our worship center, and then the rest is the thrift store, the thrift mall.
Now, what's Fish Talk on the first Wednesday? Was a captain comes and talks about fishing? Or?
Yeah. We've got a couple captains in our church, and so they did a fishing seminar in January and February. And basically just for 4 weeks, they would come out and just share, again, advice on fishing. And Jen's husband, Craig, actually came out and is brilliant as far as, but speaking of, if you need a guest, I don't know if he'd be willing to share, but when he comes and shares, like I said, he grew up fishing, he knows the island and just brilliant insights. And so they were doing this fishing seminar and there were so many people coming out for it that they're like, we don't want it to end.
Aww.
So they said, well, how about just once a month we'll get together, share advice. Usually there's food even, they share food. They just all come together as fishermen of Pine Island and just have a great time. So
oh, wow.
That's Fish Talk as well.
6 to 8 p.m. on the first Wednesday.
First Wednesday, yep.
And crochet class, that's new too.
That's new, yep. They just started. They want to be knitting blankets for new moms, and they just have a bunch of ideas too, like of how to use their crocheting to help others and encourage
And beginners
others.
can come too, I heard.
Oh, absolutely.
Just bring your hooks and your yarn.
That's right. I think they even have extra
Yeah,
too. So you can
someday.
just show up and they will hook you up.
And then you get to talk while you're doing it, right?
Yeah, share stories.
And the weight loss group on Wednesday, that's a restart, right? You said you just started it up again?
Yeah, we're just going to kind of like rebooting it. The lady that ran it was off for a while. She had laryngitis and some issues with her voice. So we took a little bit of a break, and then she's come back to it.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think there's been like over 150 pounds lost between everybody.
Really?
So it's just been really exciting to see them, get healthy.
15 minutes early for the weigh-in, if you want to do a weigh-in, and then you have.
And then
the
she just
meetings.
shares different advice and support each other, share recipes.
It's all about support.
That's right. Yes.
And now we have to pick on Jen about the thrift mall.
Yes.
That's a big responsibility. It's huge. I mean, it is huge. All those separate.
My job is so fun that it doesn't feel like a job. I love to help people. We get stories all the time, especially after Ian, how different people, scenarios, things like that. And the biggest thing for me is how can we help them? It's very hard sometimes when you hear the heartbreaking stories, and especially when you hear the elder people. We were talking before, when you come down here, they're away from their families, and you're just heartbroken. And coming to the thrift store on a daily basis is entertainment for them.
Sure.
Because we never know what we're doing there. You never know what's going on there, to be honest. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of laughs. We like to make people laugh. Besides giving the good deals, getting what they need, not want, but what they need, and just being for them, even physically. Sometimes you just want to give them a hug because it's that bad. And you can do that. And it's just a good job. I love it. It's not a job. It's really not a job to me.
People do want to do that, and they need places to do it. So, yeah, I know you're offering help and support and stuff like that, but just that ability to come and talk to somebody.
Come and talk to somebody. And that's what we have people that come on a daily basis just to do that. They're like, what are you guys doing today? And I'm like, ooh, let me tell you. Or they're fascinated. We get sometimes things in that nobody realizes, one, what they're worth or what they are. And my team, and I have a team, I have a fabulous team, by the way. It would be nothing down there without them. My staff is incredible. We're always looking things up. We have a gentleman, Gabe, who's in his 70s. So we rely on him when we're like, what is this? And he'll say, when I was young, don't you know what this is, kids? And we're like, no. And then he'll come to us, with something Wi-Fi and this. And he's like, what is this little thing? And I'm like, that's a fire stick. He's like, but you can't start fire with it, or something like that, jokingly. But, that's the way we work. But again, you're right. It's to have some place, and I feel that that's great. Down there, we all know each other. It kind of reminds me of the television show with the bar. What was that?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh.
Yep.
There you go.
Norm.
We're not a bar. We're a thrift store. You never know what's going to be in there. You never know who's going to be in there. People will be walking in, and especially after Ian, they're like, I'm so glad to see you, making sure you're okay. That was the place to be. To kind of find out where everybody was and the rest of that, because everybody needed something after the hurricane.
Right.
But
Yeah, that was a big blessing too. Like after the hurricane, that we sustained very little damage with the warehouse. So we were able just to open our doors and have a hurricane resource center, and then allow, like, the thrift store already had clothes organized, shoes. So just to open the bay doors and say, whatever you need, take, was the biggest blessing. And I'm so thankful for Jen too, because I know, like, when we did the resource center, she was still trying to put her life together. And every day people would come in, how's Jen doing? How's Jen doing? Like, number one person, they're like, is she okay? Her and PJ, are they okay? But it was neat to see, like, she's so much more than just a thrift store manager. Like, people really love her, and like, she's got wonderful connections here on the island. So we're very lucky to have her. Yeah. I just have to say.
Well, I'm actually lucky to have them, because this is what I've always wanted to do anyway. To be really honest, just help this island, help the people, make good for everybody. I just want everybody happy.
Yeah.
So when people either want to drop by and or buy things or whatever, what are the hours? And I assume there's probably summer hours right now.
There are, well, it kind of fluctuates because as everybody knows right now, when we say we're closing at 2, please be there by 2 because it is 105 degrees and we are hot, but normally we are open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m. Off Thursdays and Sundays, of course. And our drop-off hours are from 9 to 12 during the summertime. Because again, I can't tell you, it is hot out there, and especially if someone drops off like a whole bedroom set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're lugging these things, and it's
You
for
have
the
to
own
bring it in.
Safety for our people too. To be honest, we are younger, but not by much. But we're younger, but it's still, I just want to make sure, and so does everybody, make sure that we're okay. But you can drop that off. And during the winter time, we'll have it from the 9 to about 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gives us an opportunity to put things away because we do have to put things away, especially now in the summertime with the afternoon showers. We can't leave anything out or stuff like that. And it takes us a little bit longer because sometimes, to be honest, we start about 1:20. I'm like, start bringing some of the stuff in. And everybody starts panicking. Are you closing already? I'm like, no. It just takes us 45 minutes with this heat, so we're okay. You could still shop all the way to 2:00. Sometimes we stay after because we're still gabbing. So, but those are the hours and things.
So the inventory probably varies because of the nature of the business. But any items of note that you've got right now, or you mentioned some hidden treasures when you're joking about what was this from back in the day that come to mind that you've had and had fun having and selling?
What amazes me is that, again, when people clean out the houses and they just think that they're artwork. They don't look at the signatures. They don't look deep into it. And I am forgetting the artist's name. We did look it up. I do have also, so people are always like, well, why are you asking so much? I actually have a gentleman who deals in the art world who comes to me and says, you're right. This signature is real. I'll give you a good example. This one is worth about $3,000 and sold for $3,000, but I'll sell it for $6,000.
Wow.
That's how we do it. Because someone still could turn around and take that and sell it again. Most people don't. They're just really happy with it. But that's how I do it. I do have things verified. We do, if anything's in that high end, I absolutely have an antique dealer come in and look at stuff. Mm-hmm. Would never want to gyp anybody, but we do have somebody that comes in and looks at it. We do our research. Mm-hmm. And then there are some times when people are like, I really, really, really want it. And I'm like, been here for 5 months. I'll do half price. It's out the door. So we do make those wheels and deals. Like this week and next week is our big clothing. It's supposed to be Christmas in July, but I can't go there right now. I just can't. That's going to be next month. We have a stock of Christmas like you can't imagine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I have one side of a wall of a bay that's just filled with Christmas stuff. So we'll get to that next. We'll get to that next month.
Some people start shopping for Christmas in August, so that's probably better than
to
July.
Be really honest, right now, like in our craft room, because we have the first bay, which is the clothes, and this week our clothes are only $1. All the clothes are $1. Can't go wrong, and I do have designers all in there, so it's good. It's good
deal.
Yeah. Craft room, that's where we have stuff. And that's where I put some of the Christmas, and I made it 75% off. And I think it's gone of the stuff I did put out. Easter, Halloween is big. So all these things will be coming up. But like this week is doing the clothes. Everybody wants something in the man cave. Man cave is a very popular place, especially for the plumbing. Because, they may only need a little, what do they call those? The joints.
Valves or spigots,
all the rest of those things, we have them. Instead of spending, $5, $6, $7, even more. I haven't bought one in such a long time. But they're $1 for you. So there's so many little things like that. You've got shower doors. You've got tools, stereos. I have printers that we make sure that they turn on and everything else like that. Mm-hmm. Printers are $2.
Wow. You can't go wrong in there.
You can't go wrong. Yeah. And then we have a furniture bay filled with tchotchke, stuff. And you need a couch, you need a small stool, you need a footstool. Come on by. Because one of the things I have learned is if you leave your name and number with something that you want, I'll probably get it the next day or the day after. It's just one of the weirdest
It's like you ask
things.
for it and
you ask for it, it's there. So we're doing right because we're asking and we're getting it, and it helps the people. So, and then we have the boutique room where you have the higher end items that people don't realize that they have given away. And there are some people that realize that they have given it away. So I kind of hold on to it for a while because then they come back and said, I donated something and I'm going to be in a lot of trouble if I don't get it back. So I do keep them back a couple days just to make sure, because it has happened a couple times to us. Oh. They dropped off great grandma's dish set. I'll never forget that, a dish set that was just marvelous. And I said, there's something wrong here. Nobody would give this up. Mm-hmm. So we started holding things back in the same breath.
Well, that's smart of you.
Yeah. I mean, and in the boutique is buy one, get one free on brand new designer clothes this week. So we always have different specials because you're right. The inventory is different every day. So setting that one thing every day, Monday is going to be the day for all clothes $1 or this, it doesn't work because sometimes I don't have in the man cave stereos, and that's supposed to be a Wednesday. Why would I do that? Mm-hmm. So every day we have a different special, which we're going to be adding on more to Facebook to let everybody know what we're going to be doing. But I always have to look at the inventory. You're absolutely right.
So you've got your Christmas in July. Are there other like known specials, or are you doing this? You're being flexible because of the changing inventory.
I make specials every day.
Well, no wonder they come in every day.
That's it. There are specials every day. Nothing is concrete. And another thing is, even the prices aren't completely concrete. That's the whole thing. When people really need something, here you go. You can have that. I try not to let people see me do that. The pastor's called me a couple of times, but she thinks this is great. But she's like, Jen's being nice. I'm like, I am. So take it.
Take it.
Yeah, just take it. That's the way it is. But, again, love this job, love this community, love the people there. And again, we just do all kinds of things there. It's nice it's nice to be free. It's nice to be able to say, you know what? I think we'll put this on sale today. We'll do this. Or so many people have been asking for this, and I know they can't really afford it.
Right.
Let's go ahead and knock it down. Let's give them a call and get it out of here. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. The main purpose really for this store is to help this community, help the church, and to get people, back on their feet, especially after Ian. It's still happening.
Yeah, we have a financial assistance program called Stand in the Gap that we help islanders out. It's specifically for islanders. And last year, we helped a bunch of people. We gave out about $6,500. Well, this year already, just till June, we've given out $10,100.
Wow.
So we know the need has doubled, even tripled. And so we're seeing that as well. So that's available too. They can just come to me, Pastor Michelle, and whatever they need, and we can go from there.
And in the same breath, we're able to do that because people come. We are lower in prices. We have good stuff. And if it wasn't for the people coming into the thrift store, coming to church, we wouldn't be able to do that for the community because we don't partner with the big companies
with the United Way or
anything like that. This is all done by this whole
by islanders, literally by people supporting each other.
People supporting each other. That's how it's going.
Yeah. So to that end, it sounds like sourcing or driving is that an active process, or does that seem to just happen out of people's generosity to support you? I know that, because advertising costs money,
right?
Right. So does that just happen kind of organically that people? Somebody mentioned cleaning out a house, so they think of you guys and drop it off and.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just been over the years because we do good. Mm-hmm. And the people have seen the effects of it, of doing what we do, settled. I just think that we also are capable of taking the stuff. Okay. That's a big difference too, the honesty. Because we do have the Beacon of Hope. They do have a thrift store. They don't have the facility that we have. So we are able to take in those things. But again, we're doing it with the help of everybody else and doing it on our own. So I think that's why people also do it.
Plus, don't you go out sometimes and help bring them back?
That's Wednesdays. That's why everybody loves Wednesdays, because when they see that truck roll in with that trailer and there's new merchandise, they are as happy as can be.
That's why Wednesday's so big. Okay.
Wednesday's big. Yeah. I have a whole new bay so they can back into it now.
But what a great service.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of all of this bedroom furniture. Yeah. And then you'll go get it.
And we really have to thank the people that have supported us through this.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
It's very, very important that they know how much we appreciate them, that they think of us first to come and give it to us so we can give back to the community. I think it's really important that they know that.
Yeah, I'm really thankful too for like the Beacon of Hope, Fish, a lot of the Bobby Holloway, like being able to refer, like our financial assistance only is like 300, right? So they can do a lot more. So we're able to partner with them and refer. And then if they need someone that needs like dishes, they refer them to us, So I love that synergy. Like we're all partnering together it's about helping people. It doesn't matter whose name is on it. So
yeah, I should have corrected that. We're not, we do partner with them. We're not partnered with, United Way and the rest of that.
Any
the rest of the community, organizations do work very well together. We'd love to be part of that.
Yeah, you're well coordinated with each other then.
Yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
Yes.
It's a great network.
Yes.
It does seem like we're in a unique situation too, because there's for a relatively small community, every time you find something out, there's another organization that's helping some way, somehow, whether it's recommending another organization on the island or they themselves provide that service. And that seems to be a unique environment here, is that, to your point, they're getting rid of the bedroom set or they're cleaning out the house or something, and they think about donations. You guys come to mind as someplace to donate to, or one of the other organizations. It seems like it is that real sense of spirit that I think people long for, but we can actually demonstrate.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and the Islanders know that's the best place to donate.
Yeah, and we're so thankful because, like I said, they donate some very nice things that, again, that others can come in and enjoy, like I said.
And people are still haven't recovered from Ian.
Right.
Still need
Yes. Yeah.
I have people come every day because they're excited. They finally are getting back into the house. Now it's time to decorate it, and they want something totally different. And that's nice.
Fresh start.
Fresh start. Yeah. I like to help them do that. I like to design.
Do you go around and help them?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. I like.
So you're an interior designer as well, then?
She's got a great eye. Yes, she really does.
I do.
She does.
Or you just know where it's located?
Merchandising.
No, I just see something and I can put it together. I can make it. It's just something I've done ever since I was young. I didn't have to go to school for it. I just have it.
So people, instead of looking around, they can just look for you and say, hey, now I need something like this. What do you
there
have?
is a comment. Somebody will say, Jen's been here because it's all staged. There's the living room. There's the pictures that will go perfect with it. There's you have to have those wine glasses because they fit perfectly in here. So I do like to do that. Yeah. And it's good because that's also a selling point because people need to see it. Some people don't have that vision. They just don't have it. So I'm like, okay. I mean, I've done a few people's houses. I've gone over to their houses. They're like, here it is. What do you think's going to work? And then they come back the next day and I'm like, this picture, this. And they go home and I get pictures all the time.
Oh, that's great.
People will come and they're like, I have to show you what I did with that. And I'm like, perfect.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's nice to do that. I like to do it.
Are there any more ideas you have in mind for the future that you can share?
Yeah, I know. One thing we're really excited about is a support group on Monday nights, basically open to men and women. That would be more of a community. Like we would have dinner beforehand so everyone could just hang out, get to know people, have a little bit of music, and then share a story of hope. And then divide up into male and female groups. And then people can just share, their lives, their stories. again, to find some healing and some hope. And so we're really excited about that. That's probably the next big thing on the calendar. Probably starting in the fall, October, November, when some of our snowbirds come back. Because a lot of them want to be a part of that.
It's really needed.
Yeah, absolutely. A place, like I said, when we did the Hurricane Resource Center, there were some people that just came in that just needed to talk or just needed a hug or just needed to process, right? Mm-hmm. And so to be able to offer that too. That we just don't not want to only meet physical needs, but also, emotional needs as well.
Any ideas for the thrift mall? I know you have plenty to do.
More staging to do.
More staging.
I was going to say that, and I said maybe I shouldn't say that because that would.
If you watch the flipping shows, and I know it's TV, but they invariably anymore stage.
You got it.
I mean, and I think you're right. It's the visual. I think people that have the vision, it's reinforced, and people that don't have the vision, it fills that gap.
It fills that gap. Yeah. That's exactly why I do. That's exactly why I do it. What's going to be happening? Just sales.
You love doing the sales.
I love doing the sales. I love sales myself, so why not? I mean, why not do what you love? And I do. But mostly our sales. That's it. We're doing. I kind of call it the local month. They call it Christmas in July. This is my Pine Island, in July. So that's why our clothes are $1. They're normally $2. We're still under what everybody else is, and good quality. And no, I think we're just going to stick with our sales. I'm sorry to be the bummer on that, but
it works, right?
It works. Why change it? Mostly the things that are growing are actually on the church's side and things like that. Like, everybody's been talking, you can have those things. They just need not the physical, but the emotional need. And I think that's where the church is really growing on that and getting people together and the rest of that. We do emotional needs down on our end too. It's mostly in laughter and things like that and just getting with people. But I don't have anything special going on at this time.
Like retail therapy, right?
And when you hear about health issues, it's like there's so many people who are depressed nowadays. It's a lot higher than it used to be.
Right. And I'm glad that the dynamic is changing where now we can talk about it, right? It's not such a stigma associated with it. Oh, and we do have medical equipment, free medical equipment. Please come and get some.
Trig and I talked about that because it's so expensive.
DME, durable medical equipment.
Yeah, very nice.
That's an emotional whack when you find out you need that. And then you find out the cost of those things. So that's fabulous.
Yes. So
very, very nice.
We always have wheelchairs. I've got 2 wheelchairs right now if people need them. We have crutches. We have the boots. We have leg braces, knee braces, the walkers for the elderly.
With or without tennis balls?
Some with and some without.
You got to have it with.
I cater. I've got some with and without.
Her dad absolutely demanded them. It was hilarious.
No, he put a little bucket on the front of his with some zips. What do you call those, zip ties?
Zip ties.
Mm-hmm. And he put that on the front, and then he put a sign, tips. And then people would start throwing money into it. I'm like, Dad, But
right. Yeah.
He accepted the walker. He didn't want it, but he accepted it.
They don't want to, but they do have to accept it eventually. But we do have that medical equipment too. Bandages if people need them. And also in the food pantry, we have also the Depend diapers and things like that for people if need them. So they're right there.
Free
for everybody to take because they are expensive. We know that. So they have those over on that side too. So find
nice.
one of us will get exactly what you need.
I noticed you had a big area for books and you just filled up a bag and it was like $1. I don't remember, and all you can get in here. I'm like, the readers on the island must love that.
Yeah.
And then they can donate them back.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely do. We also have a lady who comes and gets a whole bunch. We donate free that she can put through the boxes here on Pine Island, the little mini libraries. So we do that with them. But yeah, this week, the small bags, fill a bag is $3. The large bags are $7. You can fill it all the way to the top. And you can also add DVDs in there and CDs.
Well, you've got it going over there. And so do you. And we didn't mention your church services. I'm sorry. It was
Yes, Sundays at 10.
Yeah, and it's online if you can't attend in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep,
and all the ones before. are
Absolutely.
online.
Yep.
So did you start that?
I think they did have a Facebook Live, something similar. Yeah, before I came. They did a great job there as well. So, but we have them on there. So
That's got to be easy then for people at home, then they can join.
yeah, our snowbirds especially have said they
of
love that
course.
because they hate leaving their friends on Pine Island. And so now they're like, oh, I see them every week. It's great to.
How sweet is that?
Yeah, it's great. So
Was there anything we missed?
I don't think so.
Come and see you.
Yes, come see us.
Go to one of the many groups, learn to crochet, whatever, chair yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Go shopping, go to the food pantry. Can people donate to the food pantry?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. There's the little box there. Some people actually get angry if we don't have the box out because they definitely want to give to it. So you can, but
just
we
find
really
one of
stress
us. That's one of
it's
the things
never
I always want
required.
people to know.
Everything
And
is
if you
just-
are going to donate at this time of the season, find one of the staff members so we can take it out. Don't leave it outside because you couldn't find somebody.
Oh,
So that way it's still good.
okay.
I have to put that in there. I know probably the pastor's like, oh, here she goes. Because sometimes they have a tendency of just putting it there. It's 100 degrees outside. I do. I love to talk to new people, especially who are moving here. Find out, where they're from and what their needs are and things like that. It's a great job.
Well, Pastor Michelle and Jen, thank you so much. This was very enjoyable and informative as well. So
Thank you.
Thanks for
you so
having
much.
us. This was great.
Good job.
Come by and see us. Yes. I'll give you a good old grand old
I'll
tour.
ask for the tour.
Sounds great.
We hope you enjoyed our Pine Island Experience podcast. If you have any ideas for us, people to interview, or any comments, please feel free to email them to us at pineislandexperience@gmail.com. That's pineislandexperience, all one word, @gmail.com. Don't forget to like us, and you may subscribe to this podcast using all the major catchers like Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Thanks again for listening, and remember, island life is a constant vacation. We'll see you on the next podcast.